Hey everybody, it's Sean. We're going to start in just a second. I was just sharing and getting it out. You do the same. Get this out as far as you can. We're going to have a little show here. This is just a M.O.T.A.S show of me on things and stuff. I have a personal agenda, some things I want to cover, some announcements to make moving forward, and I'm excited to tell you guys about those. So come on in. We'll start in just a minute. Hey everybody, come on in, come on in. This is going to be a promotional show for my shows, but we got a little bit of everything we're going to get into. I made a little movie for you to promote and show you what I do, because now I'm doing it for a living. This is my job. I have two jobs. I have a regular job, but I'm going to do this seriously for a living now in my free time, whatever what used to be my free time. I don't need any free time. But I got a new schedule for the shows. We're going to announce that coming forward and all of that. But first I'm going to show you a little bit of what I do. I put together a short little mini video. I don't know what to call it, promotional video. And I'm going to show that to you. And that is what we do around here. So it's going to be a sample of what shows we do and what we do on this channel and with these shows and what I'm doing moving forward. Give you an idea of what we do so you know if you want to follow and support, subscribe, and support us on Patreon. And there's also a link to PayPal. And you can share and all of that and get us out there. So this is going to let you know why you should do that, why you should support these shows. But I'm going to bring this up and bring up the video I made for you guys. And we're going to look at that. And this is just an example of what we do on Me on Things and Stuff and on Facebook. But now it's going out to YouTube and Periscope as well. And we're going to go out to more places. We're going to do more stuff like that. And I'm going to find more venues to stream to, etc. My computer is so slow. I really should have prepared this before I started doing it. But actually, I'm going to take this out and we'll bring it back in. We'll bring it back in. I'm going to get that set up and then ready to go for you guys before I subject you to looking at the load times. This is the old computer. We just did a fundraiser. So the professional live streaming is going really well. We raised almost $400. And we got a new computer being built right now for the shows, and that'll do away with a lot of these loading issues and things like that. But when it finally loads, I made a short video to show you what we do. You know, my background, who I am, what I do here, what I want to do moving forward, so that you'll support us. That's what this is going to be, is a video to show what we do. And I wish it would load. But that's what that's going to be about. Here it comes. It's finally loading up. We're going to be ready in just a second. So I'm going to show this. And then let me bring this back in. And then afterwards, we got a lot to talk about. We got some announcements to make and some scheduling changes moving forward and a lot of things. But let me play this for you. This is a brief little video I made about what we do here and what I'm going to do moving forward.
Please welcome Sean Yankee.
Thanks, man. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for coming out and supporting what we're doing here. Come on. Thank you so much for coming. Every one of us is doing this out of love, and it means so much to us that you came tonight. And, you know, other than that, y'all are sexy. Seriously, you're a good-looking group. That's the first thing I noticed. I wish I was sexy. I always have wished that. But, you know, even though I'm not, you know, so aesthetically pleasing, I don't have to worry about getting laid because I'm married. So I already know I won't. Takes all the guesswork right out of it. It seems like every time I'm aroused, she has a headache, which got me to thinking that maybe she has a brain tumor. Because the only other option is she's getting some side wiener, And I'd rather think she's dying than betraying me, is all I'm saying. Y'all are awesome. I saw a survey recently in my imagination that wanted to know whether or not guys like it when girls wear socks during sex. And here's my view on it. Who the hell cares if she's wearing socks? I'm having sex. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do as much foreplay as the next guy, but I always get caught up at the breasts. I'm sorry. I mean to suck on the toes, but I just really love titties. It has nothing to do with anything against feet. It's all sexy to me. I mean to get down there, but I get distracted up here and wander in the cavern. Thank you for allowing that. That was filthy. All right. Now that I know who I'm dealing with. The other day, my wife was getting a butterfly tattooed on her ass. What, that's normal? And this guy walks in and said he wants to get his penis pierced. Yeah, so right away, I'm like, no. Me and my penis have a deal, and it's pretty simple. Basically, I don't let anybody stab him with a needle. That's about it. I don't let anybody hurt him in any way. Matter of fact, if I'm going to play a sport, I'm going to wear a cup. So I guard him. That's our thing. I guard him, and he does things for me that we won't talk about now because that's gross. All right, so anyways, this guy, he sits down, he's going to get it done. You know, and I'm watching. And I'm thinking, man, I've heard of being whipped, but this is a little extreme. You know, the only way I would get this done is if they made a little baseball caps for it. That way I could turn his hat around when it was time to get busy. And I'd only date girls that were pierced down there too, so I'd always have some place to hang my hat. Anyway, the guy gets it done, and as he's leaving, walks straight in the door. My wife looks up at me and says, that's what he gets for putting a hole in his brain. Y'all like cheesy clever too, that's good to know. All right, let's see what else I want to do. Okay, so I said that I'm married, and you know, I do get sex every once in a while. It does happen. I have birthdays and stuff. So when I do, I have to compete against a lot of things because she has a lot of toys that are a lot more talented than I am. You know, if I last 30 seconds, I feel like Rocky Balboa. I'm running around the bed, my arms up in the air. Yo, Adrian, I did it. She's laying there all bored. Hasn't even took her panties off yet. She asked me if I'm ready. Like, am I ready? I'm done. Now comes that big old vibrator. And you know, I'd complain if I thought you could hear me over the engine. Thank you guys, that's my time. Y'all enjoy the rest of your show. You know.
Sean Yankee, everybody.
Hey everybody, it's Sean. Come on in. This is the Daily Burn. Come on in. We're going to start here in just a second. What this is the war room. The war room of the political revolution. We talk about our fight and we talk about this revolution and we gather here every day, but we don't talk like quitters. We talk like winners because we are winners and we are going to win. Not Bernie, us. We're going to do this. This is our fight and our revolution. And that is what is important for us to understand. That is what I talk about every day on this show. We gather here every day and we talk about this fight. We talk about what we're up against. We're realistic. We're not a bunch of naive people. But we talk like winners because we are winning. We are the front runners. The revolution will not be televised. The news will do everything that they can to distort the truth and to keep the reality away from the regular people. That's their job. And they're not going to point the cameras at us. And they're never going to tell people that we're winning. But we are winning. And we need to exude that confidence. You know, that's going to attract, hey Dion, that's going to attract more people than being defeated will ever attract. You can't attract people with a defeated mentality, you know, and this desperation comes off of us, and it's not attractive. You see what I'm saying? I get that it's bad. I understand that for sure. And everybody needs to understand that. But what we need to understand as well is that we're doing what needs to happen. Millions of people are rising up and doing all they can to change things. And that is what is important. That is what's going to move us forward. All right. Now, I'm not talking about any work meeting. Some work meetings are necessary. Sometimes you need to have a work meeting. You go to a work meeting sometimes and you're like, I understand why I'm here. I understand why I'm here. This is not a waste of my time. Thank you for this information. Thank you for this interaction. Learned a lot. Feel like I grew a little bit. That happens from time to time, but it's so rare. Most work meetings are ridiculously stupid and could be handled with a memo. And I hate those. That pisses me off. Especially when you got to drive to work on your day off for one of these meetings. I just had one of those. I overslept. I missed it. But if I'd have been there, I'm sure it could have been handled in a memo. And I'm sure that I'm going to get my ass tore up for missing that meeting. And I'm sorry that I missed it. I overslept. But honestly, driving a half hour for an hour meeting that you could print a memo out and tell me everything I need to know is BS. Bullshit. That's what BS stands for, is bullshit. I don't usually cuss, but can I cuss on the rant show? Is there any show I can cuss on? There's a lady on Facebook that I've been watching, because I watch anybody that's popular, just trying to learn, because I'm going to go after this with everything I've got, so I'm just trying to learn and hone my craft. She cusses every other word. She gets banned every 30 days, but she cusses every other word, and 50, 60 people at her feed. You don't ever see feeds of hers with one or two people. 50, 60 people every feed. But tonight I'm going to show you a video that I made on the M.K.Ultra project. And the video itself is going to be short. It's only 8 minutes long. And the reason I did that is when I do a video on conspiracy theories and chill, I like it to be in a bite-sized nugget, so it's easily digestible. You take it in and, experience it easily and quickly. I want to get the information out quick. And something I realized doing this MK Ultra video that I'm about to show you is that I couldn't get this out quickly. All I could really do was broad stroke it in this little video I'm going to show you. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's going to be a promo for a long form documentary that I'm going to make. What happened was I was writing the script for the video I'm about to show you, and I realized what I was writing was a 2-hour documentary. So I kind of had to scrap it and start from scratch and paint a picture of MK Ultra quickly, and then afterwards we're going to get way into it. I've got pages of notes, and I'm sure you guys want to talk about it too. So I'm going to bring in the film strip and we're going to show the video. Afterwards we'll talk about the video and everything MK Ultra. So let me get this in and get the volume right up here. That might be too loud. I'll make sure it's not when we start. Welcome back to Conspiracy Theories and Chill. On this episode, we are going to take a deep look into the declassified CIA mind control program, MK Ultra. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to follow our shows and future content, and to get this truth out to a wider audience. The MK Ultra program was a CIA program that took place officially between 1953 and 1973, and has since been declassified and exposed. Congressional hearings were held about it. Magazine and newspaper coverage exists, as well as the declassified documents themselves. And like any topic that we cover here, I invite you, actually I encourage you, to go and look into this for yourself. But on this episode, I am going to show you briefly what MK Ultra was, and why it is important to shine a light on this chapter in our country's hidden history. All right, so that was my short sampler video of what shows I do and what we do here on the channel and on Facebook and all of that. And that the reason for that, to get that out there, is this is my official launch. I did one the other day, but it kind of failed. So this is my official launch. This is now my part-time job. I'm doing this professionally. And while everything I put out will remain free, everything I do moving forward, all the shows, I have 5 now, all of the shows that I do, they'll all be free and they'll all be put out for free as long as I can. As long as Facebook and Twitter and YouTube allow me to post, I will post them all for free and put them out for free. So we're going to be 100% crowd funded. The only bosses I want are you, the viewers, and I want to hear from you and I want to know what you want to see, because we're going to make all kinds of content. I got other ideas for shows and videos for the YouTube channel that aren't conspiracy, that are different. I got some things in mind. But moving forward, we are going to have our 5 regular shows. And all of their times are, well, some of their times are staying the same, but the Daily Burn, for example, is changing times. Some of them are going to change their times. I'm going to announce when they're going to be. I have a whole schedule worked out. But we're going to get to all that. What this feed is for, and why I showed you a sampler video of what I do, is this is a subscription drive, support drive, professional live streaming announcement launch. It's like all that rolled into one. I've got it all lined up now. Everything's ready to go. And I will be professionally doing this moving forward. Every time that you see me on a stream, it will be a show. There will be an agenda. It will be planned out. It will be polished. And it will start getting a lot fancier. We're going to work with sound, and we're going to work with lighting, and we're going to work with all that stuff moving forward. And we have plans in place on how to get that done. So I'm excited about things in the future, and I want you to be excited too. And that's why I put that short video together, to show people what we got going on, coming up and going on right now. But quickly, I'm going to get into what shows I host real quick. And there's little pictures next to me on the wall, on our brick wall there that I built for the show. And all of the ads for the shows are on those pictures. But we've got 5 now. And as I said, they all have official days and times now, except Yankee Rants. Yankee Rants is up in the air, so I need to hear from you. What day and time is best for you on Yankee Rants? And I know some of you really like that one. That's a popular one. All of these are just babies. We're growing. And now that we're taking it seriously, we're definitely a baby. So as far as doing this professionally, I'm brand new at it. And I study others to get better. So I've been studying Tim Black and Jimmy Dore, and I'll be doing a lot of what they do. I plan on doing a road show and incorporating my comedy and the videos and doing live versions of some of these shows on the road like Jimmy Dore does. I have a lot of plans moving forward for things that we're going to do. And the whole thing is going to be based on your support. The crowd supports, and how much support we get is how fast it'll grow. So it's all in your hands now. I'm putting it up to you guys, and if you can support our shows, please do. But if you can only support us by sharing, that is great. That helps a lot. And subscribe. If you're here on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow to 1,000 subscribers because it opens up a lot of new doors for me moving forward. And thanks for sharing, those of you that did, by the way. And that's our early goal on YouTube, is 1,000 subscribers. I'm not seeing anything on YouTube, and it looks like no one's here on YouTube. I hope that the stream didn't fail. Says the stream is healthy. Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. It's not showing me anybody, but hey, Kathy on YouTube, and let me see if anybody's here on Periscope over on Twitter. Doesn't look like it. Periscope's a baby. I just started streaming to Periscope, so I haven't really gotten much recognition over there. All of this I'm new to. I'm building an audience, but that's what this is for. This was an announcement stream that basically these will be serious moving forward. They will have days and times and schedules. It will all be polished and professional. Ginger says Yankee Rant should be whenever you want to rant. I've thought about that, and that may be where it evolves to. Is like hindsight news can be that way too. Whenever I want to do a hindsight news or a special report, I can do a hindsight news, and that's the cool thing about that. Same can happen with Yankee Rants. Yankee Rant special reports or Yankee Rant special rant. You know what I mean? So, but I'm going to give it a regular show time, and then when I get a different show, then maybe I'll replace it with that, and it'll just be a sporadic type thing. But the choices right now moving forward, I'll go ahead and get to the schedule. The schedule moving forward is going to be as follows. So let me get to it. And this is Babel's approved. So we have Babel's approval and my work approval. So I know this will happen, be able to happen moving forward unless something goes wrong computer-wise. We will be live every Monday night with a new Hindsight News show. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. Now, all of these times I'm going to give you are central times. Every Monday at 8 p.m. is Hindsight News. And then every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. will be Conspiracy Theories and Chill. It used to be at 9. We're going to move it back to 8. Because my studio is also my Babel's bedroom. And I got to make sure I'm cleared out of it by 10. So that gives us plenty of time to do a full show. It gives us a whole 2 hours. So even if I'm interviewing somebody or we're doing a special show, we should have plenty of time with the 8 o'clock start time. And then on Fridays, the Yankee Show, my fun podcast style show, the talk show, where we can cover anything, news, etc., all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a variety type of thing. Now, Yankee Rants is currently homeless, can be on Tuesdays or Thursdays at 8 p.m. So let me know what's best for you, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. or Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And that will be permanent moving forward. The Daily Burn is going to move to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Central. All of these are Central times again. So 7 p.m. Central every day, Monday through Friday, will be the Daily Burn. Here on out, in an agreement with Babel's, I will not be doing any streams on Saturday and Sunday. So unless there's a special, news bulletin or something emergency-wise happens or life-altering happens, and I go live for that reason, there won't be anything on Saturdays and Sundays moving forward. And that's our schedule moving forward for the shows. But like I said, support us if you can. Support the shows any way you can. And if that's by getting the word out and sharing, that helps. Liking helps. Remember to like. A lot of people forget to click the like button. A lot of times I'll notice I'll get 300 views and 6 likes. Remember to like. That all helps us get out better in the algorithm. And that's true on every platform that we stream to currently. But I am looking for more platforms to stream to. And some stuff I wanted to plug, because I'm going to focus on my plugs and my promotion mostly during this feed. But there are serious things I'm going to get into. I have them written down. I asked people for advice, what they wanted me to talk about. So I've got some stuff written down, and it's going to be interesting. So stay tuned for that. So that's coming forward. But as far as plugs go, we also have a GoFundMe for things like Be Live. I want to get Be Live. It's a software service where you can live stream, and it makes it very simple for the guests. All they have to do is click on a link. It's very, very nice service, but it's $300 a year. So we've got an equipment fundraiser going on, a GoFundMe, for all of that kind of stuff. And that would include lighting, better microphones, better cameras, and all kinds of stuff for the studio. I got all kinds of ideas in mind, but that's what the GoFundMe is for, if you want to support the GoFundMe. I'll add links to that afterwards. I should have done it in the description. But there are links to Patreon and PayPal in the description if you want to support the shows. But Ginger says Jimmy Dore puts out videos whenever he wants. But of course, he's got a huge following. He has set times too, though, doesn't he? Doesn't Jimmy do set times as well? Doesn't he have regular times that he does his show? I don't know if that's true or not, but I thought he did. I thought he had regular set times for doing his show. But, like I said, I had asked what people wanted to hear about. what you want to hear about. So we'll do a little sample real quick of a Yankee show, crossed with a conspiracy theories and chill, crossed with everything, a medley, a M.O.T.A.S, a me on things and stuff. That's what our channel is. It's a little bit of everything. And I'm going to get some more creators. I've got somebody I think is going to do it, is going to come over and do content for us, you know? So there'll be different stuff. And if you're a content creator, reach out to me, because I have a new Reddit for content creators, and I also want content creators to put out content and to do other streams and as guests and hosts and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've got big hopes and dreams for all of this moving forward. So, and I want it to be successful. So I'm going to do all I can to make sure that it is, and that we get out as much as we can. But the things that people wanted me to talk about, let's just start with that. 5G. I've made a few 5G videos for my YouTube channel, and check them out. 5G is something that we need to be concerned about. 5G is a big issue. And you know, the government is going full blast and full speed ahead with it, without any testing, without any regulation. They don't care. And you know, you can look it up, but it's included in my videos on 5G. The FCC chairman basically saying that in this plain as day, just in those same words, basically, that we don't care about it. There's so much money to be made. It's more important to move forward with it, and that's what we're going to do. We want to be on the cutting edge. We want to be ahead of the curve worldwide, and that's what we're going to do moving forward. They're open about it. They're very open about the fact that they don't care what it's going to do. It's sad. It's sad. And, you know, it's already doing a lot of damage. Around these 5G towers, you're finding all kinds of dead bees. And that is a real problem. You know, without bees, life starts to die. Bees are the pollinators. We need them. So this thing's killing bees. That's bad. Very bad. You know, these frequencies are harmful. Frequencies are harmful to all living things, not just bees. You're already manipulated by the different frequencies that exist in your house. Your Wi-Fi manipulates you. It causes you to have negative emotions even. Some of these smart meters that are hooked up to houses put out signal and vibration that can affect you. These things can affect you. And the military knows that. The military already uses 5G as a weaponized frequency. 5G is already widely used by the military currently. And it can do a whole lot of interesting stuff. The weaponized version of it can cause paralysis. So that's extremely interesting to me. You know, Ginger says that Jimmy does a regular Patreon show on Sundays. It's a few hours long. I don't know how to stream from Patreon. I've noticed they have an option for a live video, and I should check that out. I gotta find out what that is, because I don't know how to use Patreon really, and my page is not set up very well. And if anybody knows about Patreon and can help me with what kind of rewards you would like, on Patreon, if you support us, right, you can do different levels of support. You can give any amount. But what Patreon is you support us. You sign up for a subscription, basically. You subscribe to us. It's for creators, and it allows their fans to give them so much per month. Like $1 per follow is what a lot of people do. Or there's higher levels, like you can do $5 and there's a $10 tier. And they ask that you give rewards for these tiers. Well, I don't know what to give as a reward. I thought about maybe special broadcasts, special live broadcasts. I don't know. But if you know more about Patreon and setting up rewards, I want to reward you guys. And I don't want... There's an option for rewards. So I want to give you cool rewards. I just don't know what you want. I don't know what anybody would want. Like special live feeds, maybe? Is that what Jimmy Dore does? Probably something like that. Ginger says, do a 5 eyes video, please. I didn't know people didn't know about 5. She probably means G. 5G. I have 2 documentaries, mini docs, on my YouTube channel on 5G. And I will do 5G coming up in the future on another Conspiracy Theories and Chill, because we need to cover and cover and cover this. There is no stopping it. 5G is already approved by the government and rolling out nationwide, and there's no stopping it. Like I said, it has full government approval without any testing. They don't want any testing. And what testing has been done is alarming. They've done testing on 5G, limited testing, but they did it on these rats. And these rats are kept in controlled situations. These rats have never been exposed to anything, right? Anything at all. Innocent as a baby. They put them under 15 minutes a day of this radiation. A 70% increase in tumors versus the rats that weren't exposed to it for 15 minutes a day. Now, 5G requires 300,000 something towers. There exists about 100,000 cell phone towers now. So that's 200,000 more towers that need to be built. And they're going to be putting out that signal all day. And we're going to be exposed to it all day. People need to be concerned about that. People need to be aware of that and realize that. Because there's nothing that can be done. It's happening. And these 5G towers, they can go anywhere. They are range from big, that look like huge fake trees and etc. You know, they try their best to decorate them and make them less of an eyesore. Because the 5G towers are different than a regular cell tower. A regular cell tower has like 20 antennas on it. A 5G tower can have 150. And they will. So they're putting out a ton of signal all the time. And like I said, it's already killing bees in droves. No, Jay meant 5 eyes. 5 eyes? Do a 5 eyes video, please. I didn't know people didn't know about 5 eyes. I don't know about 5. What is 5 eyes? I saw there was a live feed on something 5 eye, and I don't know what that is. I think I'm pretty well informed too. What is 5 eyes? Is that something that has come from QAnon? We're going to have a Q expert, by the way, on Conspiracy Theories and Chill coming up. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I want to interview a flat earther, trying to line that up. So when we get the Be Live, we'll have a lot of cool guests. I've got some lined up. I just don't have the Be Live yet. And I could do it with Skype, and I may figure that out. But Be Live is so much better. And if you were at the interview, we did an interview on mandatory vaccinations with Ali French recently on the channel. And if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. It allows you to put comments on the screen. It gives me really cool control. And it's very easy for the guests. But it's $300. So it's outside of my range right now because I just switched jobs. Have you ever switched jobs? I just switched jobs on a whim. That's another announcement that I'm going to make today. I missed a meeting the other day. It's my fault. I overslept. I missed a meeting. So I knew I was going to get chewed out when I went into work today. I knew it for a fact. And I accepted it. I was ready for it. I felt I deserved it. Everything was moving forward according to plan. I get to work. She tells me she wants to see me in her office. So right away I get it. I knew this was going to happen. I'm ready. So we go into her office. She tells me to close the door. She starts on me, right? And then we get off topic. I realize that we're not talking about the meeting anymore. We're talking about how I'm a bad employee. She starts talking about to me like I'm hot garbage, right? That I don't do anything, that I'm lazy, that my hours need cut. So I tell her she's being obnoxious. I'm a stoic personality. You can correct me if you're my boss, but don't talk down to me. I'm not stupid. I'm intelligent. I can handle my own in a conversation, and I'm not easily intimidated. So yeah, I straight to her face told her she was being obnoxious. She gets offended. She gets a second opinion. She's like, you don't believe me? I'll get someone else. She brings in another manager to our little private meeting, and the other manager agrees with her. I call him a liar to his face, because he is. They didn't like me there. I work in customer service. That's what I do for a living. That's what I do for a job. And I'm excellent at it. I'm fantastic at it. Matter of fact, I have over 15 years of management experience in customer service, 10 of it at the store manager level. I'm terrific at customer service. I'm gifted at it. I'm good at it. And I don't even like people. You know, that's what's so amazing about my skill with customer service. I don't even really like people that much. And I don't remember names very well. There's not a lot of a reason for why I'm good at it, but I am good at it. So they were lying. They were outright lying because they don't like me. So I told them about themselves, and they got upset with that. They didn't like that. But like I said, I'm a stoic personality. I'm trying to be a stoic personality anyway. I'm doing the best I can to be a stoic personality because a lot of the people I admire and look up to now, that's what they are. And what that is, if you don't know, like Muhammad Ali, Conor McGregor, Bruce Lee, these were all stoic personalities. Can't tell them no. I'm not going to listen to no, right? This is going to work moving forward. And just like today in that meeting, I'm strong-willed anyway, but I'm trying to be more assertive. But at the same time, I'm trying to live by a Bruce Lee quote about not reacting to everything, to think things through. And so I was sitting there trying to do that, and she's calling me lazy. And I know I'm not lazy. So I'm getting pissed. I'm telling her about herself. You know, she's a bad manager. I'm letting her know. You know, you have a lot of other problems here, and you're focusing on me. I'm the least of your problems. I'm the smallest concern you have. And I'm good at my job. You know, I know that for a fact. So she got mad, and she got threatened, I think. And even though I never took my hands off my knees and I stayed seated the whole time, but she tried to stare me down, I wouldn't let her. I'm not going to let you stare me down. And I am going to call you a liar to your face if you lie. So she told me to go home and calm down. Go home and calm down and come back. So I was like, okay. So I went across the street to where I used to work, another restaurant. And I went in there and I told them I wanted my job back. You know? And they were happy to see me. I left on bad terms there, but I'm good at my job, as I said. And they know that. They're in a bad situation staff-wise. They hired me. I didn't go back. I went home and calmed down all right, but I'm not going back. And I'm making 50 cents more an hour now, so I'm happy about it. Because you paid garbage and your job was garbage and you were garbage. And there are bad bosses everywhere. And when you have a bad boss, you don't often get the chance to tell them about themselves. And I told her all about herself today. Now imagine that. I realize I'm just a regular dude, but I am a stand-up comedian. I'm pretty good at talking. Imagine me telling you about yourself while you just called me lazy and called me a piece of garbage, basically. I let both of them have it. And they both deserved it, and I stand behind every word I said to them. You know, I put all this out on my regular Facebook. I stand behind this. This happened in my real life. But I don't need your job. I went right across the street and got another one. I start tomorrow morning. And I'm happy about that because that's going to allow me to focus more on what I care about, which is these shows. Because we sat down when I went over there. We sat down and talked about it. I told them, I can only work certain hours. We got it all laid out. That's how I was able to announce the schedule today and put all that together. And lay that out moving forward and be able to move forward professionally. So it's a much better situation for me anyway. So thank you. Thank you. You know who you are. I'm not going to put you on blast on Facebook. But thank you so much for what you did today. Because I'm a grown man. I was going to keep that job. I didn't want that job. I hated it there. But I was going to stay there. But thank you. Thank you. Because I'm in a much better position now. Ginger says I put in 10,000 steps by 5:30 a.m. for the day. Wow. Definitely, Sean, do not put up with that. I didn't. I told her all about herself. And I told him about himself too, because he agreed with her because he's kissing her ass. She don't like to be told she's wrong. Well, she didn't like it at all, as I told her all about it. You don't treat people like shit. You treat people like that, expect to get that in return. And when somebody does it, don't act surprised. When you treat somebody like garbage and they stand up to you, don't act surprised. But what were we talking about? We were talking about 5G. 5G is something to be concerned about. Like I said, I got those 2 videos on my channel, and I want you to check them out because I want you to support my YouTube channel. But inform yourself about 5G and the dangers of 5G because it's real. And it's a danger that we're all going to be facing moving forward. And like I said, there's no stopping it. But look into the research that has been done on 5G and the damage caused by 5G. You will be alarmed. It's alarming. But Kathy says no 5 eyes too. Someone tell me what 5 eyes is. I have got, the rest of my day is 5 eyes. They're spying all over. No, not Q. Never talk to management without a union rep. Man, I don't work anywhere with a union, but maybe moving forward, we can move society into a direction where people that work in restaurants have a union. But I knew I was getting my butt reamed, and I was ready to get my butt reamed. I deserved to get my butt reamed. I missed a mandatory meeting. I deserved it. I deserved a write-up. I deserved a reprimand. But I'm not going to let you talk to me like I ain't nobody. I'm the GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. You ain't going to talk to me like that. I won't put up with it. I won't let anybody talk to me like that, and neither should you. Have standards. Know your value and your worth. Because you can go right across the street and get another job. I'm not special. You can do it too. Maybe you can't. Maybe you got a job that's a lot better than my job was, and it's harder to replace. That could be your situation. Don't take advice from me. I am also very impulsive. Very impulsive. Very, very impulsive. So that's something I need to work on moving forward and a strength I need to develop. What is another subject? I have a little more of the subjects written down here that I was asked to get into. The deep state. This is going to be conspiracy theories and chill. Oh, the next one's good. I can't wait to get to the next one. But the deep state, for now, let's talk about the deep state. The deep state is real, and the deep state exists. I don't care what level you're in conspiracy-wise. If you believe in conspiracies at all, even, it doesn't bother me or concern me, really. But the deep state is a real thing. And it is in control of our media, our information, what's getting out, what's being heard, what's allowed. They're in control of a lot of things. And to ignore that they even exist because it's something that you think is conspiratorial is crazy, because it's not. It's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's not conspiratorial. John F. Kennedy even spoke about the secret societies and secret organizations pulling the strings behind the curtain. It's real. And a lot of stuff that is made to look ridiculous in the media is real. You're just trained to reject that information, conspiratorial information. Ginger says 5 eyes is why Assange can't go back to Australia, I believe. Dude, that's the rest of my day. Thank you for sending me the link. Said she sent me a link. So the rest of my day is 5 eyes. So I will be well informed on 5 eyes by Wednesday night for Conspiracy Theories and Chill. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself that I don't know about it. But I am a little out of practice research-wise because I've been focusing so much on these shows. But I think I got it down now. Got down to a science. And I'm going to work every night on this. 2 to 3 hours a night, each night. One night's going to be a writing night. 4 nights are going to be regular shows, Daily Burn, Monday through Friday. Moving forward. Daily Burn at 7 p.m., all of the shows at 8 p.m. Central. Let me know what's best for you, Tuesday or Thursday for Yankee Rants. Um, I'm going to go off however many people even answer me because I want you to watch it. I make these shows for you to watch them. And if it's not a good time for you, then I want to make it a good time for you. So is Tuesday better or is Thursday better? I'm indifferent. So let me know what's best for you. And Ginger says, look up Susie Dawson, please. I will. I will. Anything you want me to look up or look into, that's another thing. I'm going to be able, now that I'm setting up aside this time and I've got a set schedule at my job now, I'm able to set aside time for research and writing. And that's what that one particular day where there's no evening show, just a daily burn, that's what that day will be for, is for looking at everything that people send me. Because now that I'm doing this more often, I'm getting a lot of stuff. And some of you know who you are, have sent me a lot of really cool stuff that I got to go through. And I'm going through it. Some of it Elizabeth has sent to me on the MK Ultra and different subjects. GMOs, I'm putting together videos on that stuff moving forward. We'll have some of that. And my son's bus just pulled in, so we may get a visit. He likes the shows. He is my biggest fan and my biggest supporter. And if he could have a Patreon, he would. He would have a Patreon and he would support our shows. But if you can support us, please do. But if you're here on YouTube and Facebook, let me know what you want to talk about. I have some more stuff written down. The other thing that somebody wanted me to get into was how can Bernie make it this time any more than he did last time, i.e. what has changed? All right, what is different this time? It's much different than 2015. We're in a much different position, in a much different situation than we were in 2015. In 2015, he was an unknown senator closing a 60-point gap against the most well-known name in politics. Now, Hillary Clinton is not well liked, but she's very well known. Everyone knows who Hillary Clinton is. And Bernie beat her. He mopped the floor with her, quite honestly. Anybody in denial about that is in denial of reality. They are ignoring their eyes and what they actually saw. We won that primary. We beat her badly. What they were able to or willing to admit to is even beating her. The fact that Bernie won, 23 or 22 primaries? It's embarrassing for Hillary Clinton. If you're Hillary Clinton, that's very embarrassing for you that Bernie Sanders did that. We did that. Bernie didn't do that. We did that. But what's different? What's different now? Well, going into this election, we have the most well-known politician in the game. Bernie is now the biggest name in politics and the most well-liked across the board. Very high favorability rating for Bernie Sanders. So our chances are much better, but our chances in the media are not. Nothing has changed there. But our momentum is larger coming out the gate. We already have 3 million volunteers. Now, I was a volunteer in 2016. We didn't have anywhere near 3 million, and I'm talking about all the way when we was getting ready to finish the fight. So already we have more volunteers. We broke records with the volunteers. So that's different. The fundraising is going better this time. If you compare this part of the campaign to the 2016 campaign, it's dramatically different. We didn't really take off in 2016 till about mid primaries. And so our momentum is there. And it's our opportunities. That's what's changed. So we're in a better position. But we still got to do this. You know, we didn't do enough in 2016. A lot of people don't like it when I say that. But we didn't do enough. We need to take ownership of that moving forward. And that's what we talk about in the Daily Burn, is this is our fight. And the follow-up question was why Tulsi is being blasted. Tulsi's being blasted in the media because she kneecapped Kamala Harris. I believe in the debates, Tulsi shredded Kamala Harris. And I think that's what Tulsi's taking a beating for in the media and why she's being blasted. And then someone also wanted to hear about weather engineering, which creates toxins and the worst climate disasters, and why no candidate will talk about it, including Bernie. Bernie will not talk about it. Weather engineering is real, though, but they deny it. They deny it. They say it isn't. They're liars. It is real. And it goes on all the time. They used to talk about it. In the 70s, the government was more open with talking about weather engineering. They would even brag that they could steer hurricanes. That's a fact. That's real. That's not me making that up. That's true. The government would brag about the fact that they could steer and guide storms. There was a scientist. A fantastic video was made by Truth Stream Media, and I'm not going to do it any justice, but he was getting mainstream coverage, and he basically talked like a god. He bragged about how he could control and steer the weather and create the weather. This was in the 70s. This was reported in mainstream sites. So this is not me making this up. Weather engineering is real. Also look up HARP. We'll cover HARP on a Conspiracy Theories and Chill coming up. This Wednesday, though, on Conspiracy Theories and Chill, we're doing underground bunkers and bases. I did a poll on my Twitter for the subject, and I'll probably do the same thing moving forward. I'll pick about 3 or 4 subjects and do a poll, and then whatever wins on Twitter is what we'll do. But underground bases and bunkers won this time, and I made the video. I'm working on it right now, actually. We'll have it ready for you tomorrow, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. 9. I was going to say 9, but it's 8 now, 8 p.m. Central. And we'll go into underground bunkers and bases. You'd be amazed how many underground bunkers and bases there are in this country. Hundreds of them. There are cities underground. I'm serious. We're going to get into all that on Wednesday night. But Ginger said, I think Tulsi is being kneecapped because she went the Clinton machine. The same machine worked with Kamala since 2017 to support her run for president. So yeah, same thing. She went against the Clinton machine, and she went against the Clinton machine in 2015 too. She left the DNC to support Bernie Sanders, and because she didn't agree with the treatment Bernie was getting from the DNC. Tulsi's an ally, and she's going to be an ally in tonight's debate. I think you're going to see that, because Bernie won't attack character, but Tulsi will. Bernie won't. Tulsi will. So I think you're going to see that tonight. I hope so anyway. It's the first time you're going to see them both share a stage, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to the debate tonight. Kathy says, Jesus, give Bernie a chance to get in the White House. He happens to be dealing with quite a bit right now. Absolutely. Having Bernie be president, it would be a nuclear strike to the powers that be and the establishment and those in control of us. It would really do a lot to move us forward and to make real change and real progress possible. But all of that is our responsibility and our fight and our job. And that's what we talk about on every Daily Burn. And those will be at 7 p.m. Central moving forward. 7 p.m. Central, the Daily Burn. I don't know if there'll be one tonight. I may do one tonight just to get the new time out there for people. And because today's didn't do very well. And maybe a prime time slot like 7 p.m. will do better. I've been told if I would do 7 or 5, I would do better. But I had to negotiate with my new job, and I have to work until 5. So I can't, it takes me a half hour to drive to work. I can't possibly go live at 5. The earliest I can go live really is 7. That gives me plenty of time to get ready. So it had to be 7. But let's see. Weather engineering is real, and we're going to cover it in an upcoming Conspiracy Theories and Chill and go way into it. But why won't any candidate talk about it? Because it would be political suicide. The same reason none of them are going to stand up there tonight and talk about Julian Assange. They should. I wish they would, but it would be political suicide. And I don't know where they land personally on Julian Assange or that whole issue, but you won't hear it mentioned, basically. And there are just subjects that you won't hear mentioned. And that's because, as a politician, I believe their job is a lot different than our job. Bernie and Tulsi are allies, but they're politicians. They're people and they're politicians. They got to play to everybody. And that means they have to work against the narrative being pushed by the mainstream media, which is lies and propaganda. And we all know that. But the average person, those average people, those pesky average people that are holding everything back, doesn't understand that and doesn't realize that and believes the garbage coming out of that lying, flickering box in their living room. So we are up against that, and they're up against that. And as a politician, they have to cater to those people. So I believe a lot of the times that we don't understand what they're doing or what Bernie's doing. He's catering to the sheep. And we got to wake them. Our job is to tell the sheep the truth. It's not something we're going to ever get a politician to do. We had a politician that tried to take on the deep state. Kennedy tried to do it on his own. He was going to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. He told us all about the secret societies running this government and running this country and running this world, trying to make a slave out of every man, woman, and child. He told us about it. And what'd they do? You can't change it from the top down. We can elect Bernie president, but if they ever for a moment thought that Bernie could do anything on his own, they'd open up his head for him. That's what happened to JFK. And that's what people don't understand, that no politician can save us. And they're never going to speak to power in a way, especially in a way that would make them seem a threat. That'd be very stupid. I don't want anyone to die. You know, I wouldn't surprise me. And this sounds crazy, but I am crazy. I host a conspiracy theory show. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a sniper in the wings at these debates, ready to pop a cap in somebody that wants to start telling the truth. Like, let's say Tulsi tonight wanted to tell the truth about 9/11. This is all hypothetical. But let's say right there on the stage, she starts telling the truth about 9/11, that it was an inside job, a false flag, and it's been used for almost 20 years to keep us in an endless state of war. If she was to do that, it would not even surprise me if she was struck down by a sniper. These people that are in control over us are disgustingly powerful and will resort to stuff like that. And they've proven it time and time again historically. But I am all out of notes. Anything you guys want to talk about, we will get into. Let me know what you want to talk about. There's a few people here on YouTube. Periscope's a quiet group, but let me know over on Periscope what you want to talk about, and we'll get into it. Facebook, you the same way. But I just want to plug everything we're doing. Let me go through our schedule again real quick. If you're just tuning in, the new schedule for our shows moving forward will be Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central, Hindsight News. And that is our little news show. We talk about news and current events and all of that. Then Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central, Conspiracy Theories and Chill. It's exactly what it sounds like, Conspiracy Theories and Chill. Friday nights, Yankee Show. That's our talk show, variety hour show, like a morning show. That's every Friday now at 8 p.m. Every night, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. will be the Daily Burn, our motivational revolution show, every night at 7 p.m. Yankee Rants is homeless. So let me know, is Tuesdays better or is Thursdays better? So it's going to be either Tuesday at 8 p.m. or Thursday at 8 p.m. And then whatever night's left, that's going to be for writing and creating and researching and looking up stuff and watching things people send me. So I can do more of that. Because I need to focus more on that stuff. And I would know about Five Eyes. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be behind. I can't do that now. This is my job. This is something else I will stop doing live on air. But I'm going to have to quit it entirely to do it. Because I made it an hour. I'm proud of myself. If Lori was here, she'd tell you that you should be proud of me too. But I will eventually quit this. And you won't have to put up with it. I know it's a disgusting habit. And it's very unattractive. But Ginger says, Susie Dawson is the president of the Internet Party. President of the Internet Party. Huh. Here's a Susie video you'll like to watch. Thank you, Ginger. What is this? Someone sent me a link on Facebook, and I'll just go with this until I get a comment. Let me know anything you want to talk about. We can keep hanging out. Babels won't be home for a little while, and I don't have much left to do on that video. I do need to get back to work here soon on that video. But I'm excited about the video. It's on underground bunkers and bases, and we'll be showing that Wednesday night. This says, this is a link someone sent me, Homewreckers. how Wall Street banks and Trump's inner circle used the 2008 housing crash to get richer. So many people got rich off that. So many people enriched themselves in the 2008 housing crash. All of these things that are supposedly bad are actually very good for rich people. Rich people cause a lot of this stuff to happen. You know, the powers that be are in control of the Fed, and the government isn't in control of the Fed. But the Fed pulls the strings. The Fed decides what the value of the dollar is. The Fed picks and chooses when we have our ups and downs. They guide this ship. They pretend that they don't, but they're in full control. Let me see. What else do I have written down to talk about? The other thing I want to plug, because it hasn't gotten very many views, is on the channel, on the YouTube channel, Me on Things and Stuff, by the way, for those of you on Periscope and Facebook, the MK Ultra documentary that I just made. I'm really proud of it. I think it was really good and in-depth. Get that some views. Share that out. And the 9/11 video that I just made, 3 Keys to 9/11 Truth, that's very good too. But I'm going to start making some more long-form documentaries for the YouTube channel. And like I said, even some newer content. I'm looking at an animation program because I want to do an animated cartoon. I have an idea for an animated cartoon. But I need to look into this animation program and see how much it is and learn how to do it. But I think that'd be cool in the future. But things like that. And other creators. I'm going to get other people involved in helping out. But let me know anything you want to talk about, anything at all, before we wrap up. The purpose of this feed was just to show the little sampler and show what we do, beg for your support, and announce the new show times. So that's what we wanted to do tonight in this little feed anyway. And there might be a Yankee Rants later on tonight if people pick Tuesday, or it will be Thursday. But let me know, Tuesday or Thursday. And I'm really talking to you, Ginger. You're the fan of the show. You like Yankee Rants. I brought it back for you and this one person on YouTube that has not been back, Dot Connector. Where did you go, Dot Connector? What did I do to offend you? I ran him off. He was giving me fantastic advice. The mic placement came from Dot Connector. And now I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Dot Connector, but I'm very worried about him. But if you're here on YouTube, comment, tell me what you want to talk about, anything at all. And Facebook too. Ginger says that's a great documentary. I'm not sure what you're referencing, but I'm going to go ahead and assume you were talking about my stuff just because I want you to think that. I've gotten a lot better. The most popular video I have on my YouTube channel is the Titanic conspiracy. That's what I'll do. I'll wrap up with that because I'm thinking about remaking that video anyway in longer form. But what the Titanic conspiracy is that the Titanic at the bottom of the ocean is not the Titanic. It's the Olympic. That they were switched in port before they were sent out because there was so much damage done to the Olympic. And this is true and documented. There was so much damage done to the Olympic that it was really useless and beyond repair. There was a permanent tilt to stern or port or whichever, one of the two, because of damage from a couple accidents. They hit underground wreckage. They also hit a Navy, a British Navy boat, a couple things. And then the theory is that it was beyond repair. So the White Star Line swapped it with the sister ship, the Titanic, that was being built right next door, and sent it out on a mission. Now, whether or not they expected it to sink, that's all up to interpretation. But there's a lot of evidence that they knew it was going to sink. And I cover that in the video, and it's my most popular video. It has like 60-something thousand views. But it's also the worst video on my whole channel because of editing. I've gotten a lot better at editing. I've improved a lot, and the little documentaries are getting a lot better. And I hope to figure out how to use footage and start recording my own footage and make them even cooler. Because another person I emulate a lot when it comes to making documentaries is the people at TrueStream Media. They make a lot of really cool content over there. So I'm learning a lot from people I follow, and Tim Black is one of them. And Ginger says Tim Black does not do a show on Wednesday. Right on. Your MK Ultra documentary is great. Oh, thank you. My Three Keys to 9/11 is great too. Did you see that one? That's the one I really want to push. It just faltered on YouTube. It just didn't even take off. It bums me out. Makes me sad. Because I want awareness to the 9/11 event. And the Three Keys to 9/11 documentary shows the 9/11 event from a different perspective that I think would raise red flags for people. Even the most skeptic of people, the things that I cover, the three keys that I focus on in that video, I think would raise questions for even the most skeptical person. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and support the shows. If you can support us, please do. This is my job moving forward, my part-time job. So this will be regular. All of those show times, that will be regular moving forward. And let me know about what night is best for you, Tuesdays or Thursdays for Yankee Rants. Because either night works for me. Either night's great for me. Ginger says True Stream Media is one of my favorites. I'll have to watch the 9/11 video. I was busy all weekend, so missed everything. Yeah, check it out on my YouTube channel, Me on Things and Stuff. For those of you on YouTube, where you're at. And go to my videos and look it up. 3 Keys to 9/11 Truth. I'm very proud of it. That's my latest video on 9/11. I've made 2 other 9/11 documentaries in the past. And I'm proud of those too. I put a lot of work into the 9/11 stuff because the 9/11 stuff is a lot where a lot of it came from. That was the birth of me really exploding into the truth movement and going down different rabbit holes and really going deep into conspiracies. Ginger said, I've seen all of your streams on 9/11 and they were great. Thank you. I'm pretty well informed on 9/11. Like I said, that's my favorite subject and the topic I've probably looked into the deepest. And I think it's a key to unraveling the establishment's power. I really do. I think if the truth of 9/11 was ever to come out, that the establishment power structure would crumble like a house of cards. 9/11 is a golden key to taking it all down. It really is. And it's so clear that it was an inside job and a false flag operation when you really look at it. The official story of 9/11 doesn't stand up on its own. It has no leg to stand on. And the stuff that they can't explain, they just outright omit. You know, so truth about 9/11, needs to come out. And people act like it's disrespectful. People in the truth movement are treated like they're being disrespectful to the victims and those that were affected by 9/11. That's not true. Allowing this lie to perpetuate for decades is disrespectful to the victims and to the millions or hundreds of thousands or however many, a disgusting amount since then that have been killed in the name of a lie. That's who it's unfair to let this lie perpetuate and to let the government get away with attacking the world. We're in 8 unsanctioned wars right now over a complete and total lie. So it needs to be exposed. That was all in place before. They wanted to do all these wars beforehand. And it all centers around 9/11. It's a center of it. And I believe that 9/11 is supposed to be, I think you're supposed to know that 9/11 was a false flag government operation. I think part of you is supposed to know. I think that's part of it. I think it was a psychological attack as much as it was a terror attack. Steve just got here. Hey, Steve. We're just talking right now. We just did this was a informational promotional feed to get the word out about my shows. I announced the new schedule moving forward for all of the shows and a lot of that stuff. I talked about how to support our shows and some of the different things we got going on, like with the fundraisers and things like that. And this was just a feed to give people a feel for what we do, and hopefully you'll subscribe and follow. If you're on Patreon or Periscope or YouTube, subscribe to the channels and follow the content, because we're going to have regular shows coming up, and they're all going to be polished and put together for you guys, because that's what I want. I want you guys to watch them, and I want you to enjoy what you're seeing. And Ginger said I did stand up at the beginning. I did a short little video to show a clip video of what we do. And I started it with my comedy. And the reason why I started it with my comedy is because that's my roots. That's my love still. And I still do that. So really I have 3 jobs. You know, I have this now and my comedy and my regular job. But I'm going to focus more on my dreams. You should live in your dream. If something makes you happy, you should try and do it. And I'm going to try to have the courage to live in my dreams. And that's what this is. If you want to help support that, please do. And you can support that by following me as well. And just showing that you believe in what I'm doing. Commenting. Letting me know that you dig it. If you don't dig it, though, I want to hear that too. Because I want you to watch. And like maybe with Dot Connector, if I do something that upsets you, tell me first. Don't just leave. I'm just a regular person. I'm like anybody else. I'm flawed. So, and I want to entertain you. I want to do stuff that you want to see. I'm not Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman believed you were entertaining even if you were upset. Even if he was making you mad. If you were watching it, it was entertainment. That's the way he looked at it. I don't look at it that way. I want to make something that you like. The only thing I won't do for you is lie. You know, I don't lie. All my shows, no matter what they are, they're all a little different, but they all center around one thing, and that's the truth. And if I ever tell you something that isn't true, I want to be corrected. And, you know, I want that feedback. Feel free. Like, I've made mistakes. I made a Mandela video, and I made a mistake in it. And I'm glad people pointed out, and I left it out there. And I left it out there, the video out there, because I'm owning it. If I could pull it down, but why pull it down? I'd rather just leave it in there. But I will own them, and I will always own up to my mistakes that I make. Ginger said, I'm upset you have birthdays. Hey, special occasions are for all kinds of different things. Special occasions have all kinds of different meanings. You know what I mean? So, but thanks for watching, guys. And this feed was just, like I said, to promote the shows and promote what we're doing and raise awareness to the streams. And subscribe, or I mean follow my Facebook channels. If you watch on Facebook, we are going to do the streams now from the pages. Yankee Show and Our Revolution War Room. So follow those pages and you will be able to stay up to date with our content and be notified and stuff when we go live. That'll be the best way to do that, is to follow Yankee Show and Our Revolution War Room on Facebook. On YouTube, just subscribe and you'll stay up to date with our content, and Periscope as well. Follow the channel and you'll stay up to date with our content. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next episode, which could be later tonight. I don't know. Whenever Yankee Rants ends up being, it could be a Tuesday night show. So we'll be back later on. And there might be a daily burn at 7. I'm thinking about it. So if there's any interest in that, let me know. But I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Ginger says, tell Babas thanks for supporting you in your dreams and congrats on her council position. I will tell her that. And that is awesome, right? That's what we got to do. She ran for city council and she won. My Babas is a city councilman. We have to take over from the ground up. And that's what you do. Run for school board, run for city council, run for mayor, run for governor. That's how we fight and that's how we win. I'm going to turn this into a daily burn if you let me. But Ginger says maybe after the debates. Oh, a feed after the debates, the show tonight? Oh, that's right, the debates. Can't be tonight then, huh? But let me know moving forward, Tuesday or Thursday. See you guys later.